just eating a brownie, so I'm hoping that I don't have brownie in my teeth. We're back. Oh my god, that hurt. Why did I slam that into my hand? It's glass. We're back. We're doing the TBR jar. I feel like it's been the hottest minute, even though it quite literally hasn't. Last month we did blindly picking wrapped up books, which, not gonna lie, I low-key loved, and I might do next month. I might alternate. I haven't decided yet. Let me know which ones you prefer. But the fun thing about this is I get a little more say. I have revamped the TBR jar, kind of. I've added a bunch of new prompts, and I've included some forfeits. I don't really know why. I thought that was a smart decision, but I just thought it'd make it more enjoyable. For you guys specifically, probably not for me. But hopefully we'll pull some of the new fun prompts slash forfeits. There are 2 books in particular that I have to read this month for a video. I have 2 books already picked out, so I'm gonna try and include them in the prompts, but if they don't fit, they don't fit, and then we're just gonna have a longer TBR. Okay, I think we're just gonna jump right into it. Oh, hi, oh my god, I always forget to do this. Hi, how are you? My name's Flo, welcome if you're new. If you're not new, welcome back. The way I do these videos is I pick, how many do I normally do? 8? 7? 7 prompts I pick out of here. I pick books corresponding to said prompts, and then at the end I will also pick a play. Okay, I think that was enough of a ramble. Let's do the first book. Give these a mix up. Okay, the very first prompt is going to be, let's do this one. It's a long one. This says, a book from the author who most appears on your physical TBR. I immediately think I know who that is, but I am going to check. I have 5 Stephen King books, which I'm expecting is going to be the highest, but I'm going to quickly check. Taylor Jenkins Reid doesn't beat that. I honestly thought I had way more books by Stephen King. I guess I've just read the rest. Taylor Jenkins Reid, I only have 3. Yeah, so I think Stephen King is going to have to be our choice, which I'm not mad at. So, Stephen King options that I own are Pet Sematary, Billy Summers, Misery, Carrie. I'm not doing Carrie, I'm too scared. Finders Keepers. Oh, Finders Keepers is the second book in a trilogy. Didn't know that. Okay, we won't be doing that. So we get Pet Sematary, which I think is also horror. I'm a massive scaredy cat. Like, I'm scared of everything. So Carrie and Pet Sematary I'm just a bit nervous to do, which that would leave us with Billy Summers or Misery. Billy Summers, I think, is about a hitman, and Misery is about an author who gets kidnapped by a fan, I think. For my mother's sake, I'm gonna put Misery on the TBR because she has been begging me to read this book for literally months. Where is it? Wait, oh my, okay, I've already picked, so I'm going with it. I just realised I have way more Stephen King, but it didn't come up on my Goodreads because it's under Richard Bachman. So I also have The Running Man and Blaze. I might even have more, but it's fine. We'll go with Misery because I'm excited about that one now. Except I can't find it. Am I being thick? Oh my god. Yeah, I am being thick. It's literally right here. Alright, Misery. This follows a writer called Paul, and he has written a character called Misery Chastain, and he's basically killed this character off and said the series is done. And I think this woman named Annie wants the series to continue, so she kidnaps Paul and basically forces him to keep writing the series, I think. I don't know, that actually sounds really fun. I have had this described as a horror as well, but like reading the blurb makes me feel like it's a thriller. It makes me feel like I will be able to handle it. I hope. Anyway, this is the first book. Number 2 is going to be, let's go for this one. The longest book on your physical TBR. I mean, I wrote the prompts, I can't get that mad. Now I think about it, I think I actually know what it is. I'm actually not mad about it if it is the book that I think it is. Wait. No, it's not that book. I thought it was the second book in the ACOTAR series, but actually I think it might be Book Thief. Okay, it's actually neither of those, surprisingly. It is The Crow Girl. Oh, of course it's at the bottom of a stack. Of course it is. The Crow Girl. I actually have a very strong feeling that I started this when I was like a teenager. And when I was a teenager, I started all sorts of books and literally never finished any. And I don't remember it at all. It says, it starts with just one body, the hands bound, the skin covered in marks. It says, Jeanette is a detective superintendent and she is determined to find out who is responsible. When 2 more bodies are discovered, it becomes clear that she is hunting a serial killer. Okay, fun. A serial killer story. This, however, 768 pages. Okay. Second book on the TBR. Right, number 3. That wasn't even a forfeit prompt, by the way. That was just a normal prompt that was already in here and has been in here for ages. So that's super fun. Okay, number 3, we'll go for this one. This, however, is a forfeit. To be fair, it's not that deep. It says add an extra TBR pick. Instead of picking 7 books and a play, we'll pick 8 books and a play. So that kind of is a null one. I just need to now pick an extra book. I even remember to pick an extra book. Okay, we go again. Book number 3 is going to be, oh, delightful. A 5-star prediction. Things are going my way again. Okay, beautiful. I think we're going to go Happy Place by Emily Henry. I already love her writing style. I have said so many times, I think her dialogue is just like impeccable. She writes like the best banter. But specifically, I know this has themes of like moving away from your friends and like growing up. And I know that that's going to make me cry. And I know that books that make me cry are 5 stars. So the logic checks out. So I think we're going to add this as a 3rd book. Book number 4. Let us go for, oh, I have so many. Let's do this one. The last book I bought. I'm going to be a little bit cheeky here. I technically haven't bought it, but I've bought it into my house. Is that cheating? I don't know. I picked this up from the library yesterday, so it's literally the last book that I brought with me to add to my collection, and also I need to read it before the library deadline runs out. But this is Luster by Raven Leilani. It is a literary fiction. Oh, this sounds brilliant. It says Edie is just trying to survive. Already, this is a book about a young woman trying her best, and as we all know, that's my favourite genre. It says she's messing up in her dead-end admin job in her all-white office, is sleeping with all the wrong men, and has failed at the only thing that meant anything to her, painting. That sounds phenomenal. I have not heard a whole lot of people talk about this, but I just think it sounds like it's right up my alley. It is a messy literary fiction about a woman, I'm assuming in her 20s, although I don't actually know that. We're going to say a young woman trying her best. And that is my favourite genre. This has been on my radar to read for so long, and I just spotted it in the library the other day, and I was like, I say spotted, I literally made the librarian help me track it down. I literally was like looking for like 20 minutes, and then I went up to him and I was like, hi, do you have a copy of Luster? And he was like, yeah, we have 2 copies. And he literally, like, I followed him around the library for like probably a good 15 minutes while we tried to find it, and he was like convinced it was a crime book, and I kept saying like, oh, I think it's a literary fiction, but he was like, no, I think it's a crime book, and he kept looking in crime, and I was too like awkward to be like, I'm pretty sure it's not a crime book, I'm pretty sure it's a literary fiction. But I think he had it as crime on their system, like they'd had it in like thriller for some reason. I mean, maybe I'm being silly and this is a thriller book, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, it was under literary fiction when we eventually found it. That was a really long and interesting story to say that I'm very happy I finally found a copy. Alright, prompt number 5. Let's go for this tiny one. This says continue a series. I actually did a vlog last month that has just come out, which was finishing series, or like continuing my series. So I have been on a bit of a kick with going with my series, but I think, so I could technically continue one of those, but I kind of don't want to. I kind of want to continue reading my Gone series. And I believe I'm up to Lies, which is the 3rd one. I feel like I've said this a million times, but I am doing a reread of this series because when I was younger I read every single book except the last one, and I want to know how it ends, so I'm rereading the first 5 just so that I can read the 6th one. This series is about a world in which all the adults disappear and all these like 15-year-olds and younger are trapped in this like dome, and they start developing like magical powers, and it's kind of like Lord of the Flies meets a horror film. It's great, I really enjoy it. And this is the 3rd book. And yeah, I think we'll go with this for the TBR. Alright, that was book number 5, so we've got 3 more and a play to do. We will go for, let's do this one. Oh, this is a big one. No, this is one of my forfeits! No! Oh wait, no, this could be good actually. This is take a book off your TBR and pick a new prompt. God, this video is going to be so long, I'm so sorry. I could take off the 700-page book because I'm so stressed I'm not going to have time to get to it this month. Like, I just don't think I'm gonna have the time. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I actually do want to read this and I think this sounds really interesting. And I vaguely remember starting this before and enjoying it, and I am gonna get to it. I just don't think I have time for a 700-page book. I'm really sorry. Not this month, maybe in the future months. Okay, this is actually going back. Okay, which means we're back down to 4 books again, so we still have 4 books to pick. So to replace The Crow Girl, our new prompt is going to be from an author you've enjoyed before. Ooh, what am I in the mood for? I could do a Taylor Jenkins read. I feel like it's about time. I don't think I've read one this year. What should we go for? We've got Malibu Rising, Carrie Soto is back. I've got Daisy Jones somewhere. I've got After I Do. I think I might go Malibu Rising. I'm just kind of in the mood for it. I said before, I thrifted this and I literally can't figure out what genre this is because it sounds like a thriller, because it's about this like party that ends up with the house on fire, and I don't know if somebody dies or something, but it kind of sounds like a thriller, but like the cover is not giving thriller, so I don't know if it's more like literary fiction. I don't know, but I have obviously very much enjoyed Taylor Jenkins Reid's books before, so I think we'll go with this. Alright, prompt number 6. Let's go for this one. A book a friend loves. See, I don't want to pick it because it's right at the bottom of the pile, but I do really want to read it, so. This is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. My friend Anna just read this and she said it was incredible. I know this is meant to be like satirical, dark comedy about the publishing industry, and I think it talks about a lot of racism within that industry, and I think it's meant to be quite meta. I don't know, but I'm super intrigued by this, and I've actually never read a book by R.F. Kuang before, but I've heard like incredible things. But yeah, I think this is actually a really good choice. Alright, book 7, let's go for this one. Oh, a book that matches your outfit. Well, I'm wearing like pastel blue and green, and then I've got little grey shorts. That kind of fits. Twisted Lies might fit, but that's the middle of the series, so we can't do that. Beautiful World, Where Are You, maybe? I think this one's a better fit. Let's just go with this. I feel like actually, because it's kind of like sparkly, which my outfit is not, so I don't know why I brought that up. This is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It is a tiny little book. It is just over 700 pages, and it's about a time-traveling cafe, or like if you come and sit in this particular table, I think you can time travel. That is literally all I know about it, but I've heard the best things, and it matches my outfit, so yeah, we'll go with this. Alright, finally, we have the final book. I feel like this has taken so much longer than normal. Okay, let's go for this one. A book you thrifted. Every single book I own. No, I'm being dramatic, but I do thrift almost all of my books. Basically, it's just what am I in the mood for? Apples Never Fall is one that a lot of people are talking about at the moment. Normal People is very much on my sort of agenda to read at the moment because I loved Conversations with Friends. Should we go Apples Never Fall? This has just had a series come out, so I think that's why a lot of people are talking about it at the moment. So I feel like now would be a good time to read it. This is about Joy and Stan, and they have 4 grown-up children and like a very happy, perfect life, and then Joy vanishes. It says, scratch the surface and the seemingly happy family has much to hide. So I think it's going to be like a fun domestic thriller, and I've had this quite a long time, so it'd be good to finally get this off my TBR. Alright, that is all 8 books with the additional prompt. Now we just have to pick the play. I say this every single month, but not all of the prompts in here work for a play, so we sometimes have to pick more than once. But like, one of these days it's gonna work first time. It's never happened yet, but one of these days. Let's go this one. Romance. No, I did this before. I tried. I don't have a romance play. Alright, this is... Let's go this one. Female author, we can do that. Oh, I know what I want, I just need to find it. I am going to go for Fleabag by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. This is a tiny little play. It is 39 pages, and this, I believe, is a one-woman play, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge played all of the characters. It then obviously got adapted into a very successful TV show, which if you haven't seen, highly recommend checking out. It's phenomenal. And I've been meaning to actually like sit down and read the text for so long, so perfect time to do that. All right, a year and a half later, we're done. Oh God, oh no. I can't move now. All right, second time lucky. This is May's TBR. So we have Misery, which is a thriller, maybe horror. Happy Place, which is a literary fiction meets romance. Luster, which I think is literary fiction. Lies, which is dystopia fantasy, kind of. Malibu Rising, no idea. Yellowface, which is literary fiction, I think. Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which I'm guessing magical realism meets literary fiction. Apples Never Fall, which is thriller, and Fleabag, which is kind of comedy, but like dark, sad comedy, I guess. That is a decent mix. I've got my few literary fictions, which are generally speaking my favourites. I'm very happy with that. We've got one romance in Happy Place. We've got a couple of thrillers and whatever on earth Malibu Rising is. But that'll be a fun surprise for this month. Beautiful. Well, thank you for sticking around. If you've stuck around to this point, you're awesome. Comment down below which of these books I should start with. I'm actually really excited for this TBR. I feel like it is a good old stack of books. And, you know, subscribe. Thanks, love you, bye!